I'm Christina from Switzerland, and I'm from the Swiss Federal Office of Culture, and here to introduce two of our Baukultur initiatives. This is the first one, or rather this one, the Davos Declaration, which was adapted in January 2018 by the European Ministers of Culture in advance of the World Economic Forum in Davos. And its goal was to politically and strategically promote the concept of a high-quality Baukultur in Europe. And maybe the core of this is to put culture and the human being back into everything that is construction and in the living environment. This is also the first document that I believe put the word Baukultur on the map outside of the German-speaking countries. So we introduced it officially to the English language, and we also believe that the French-speaking countries are starting to use it a little bit more. So what is Baukultur? Baukultur is a very holistic approach. We believe it's every human activity that changes the built environment. So we have, on the one hand, existing construction and contemporary creation, old and new. We have all scales. We have the very small detail, the architectural detail, but also the urban planning, the spatial planning. And last but not least, we don't only talk about the result in terms of buildings or streets or bridges, but also about the processes that lead to the result. For us, the Davos Declaration is somehow a starting point. It's a very nice declaration, it's well written, and it had some success, but we feel that we need to continue the discourse, both on an international level and also on a national level. So I have the international level on the left, and maybe the most important part is the cooperation, because we feel that we gained somehow a momentum or a movement for this Baukultur topic, and we want to continue on that. The second part is more about getting maybe new insights about certain terms or words that we use in the Davos Declaration, one of them being quality. What exactly do we mean by quality when we talk about this? And then on the other side, we have the national level. We feel that it's very nice to have these big ideas and to share them, but we have to break them down at some point. And for that, we are developing the policy on Baukultur for Switzerland. We have been working for 3 years on this policy together with 15 federal offices and all the departments of the Confederation. And so always on the federal level, it is interdepartmental policy. And we wanted to include everyone who is either building something or taking care of the living environment somehow, or designing policies or frameworks or laws. So everyone who is having an impact on the built environment. At the moment, the policy is in public consultation, just started last week. And if all goes well, so now everyone can say something or give its comments to the policy. It's open to the public. And if all goes well, it will be approved by 2020 by the Federal Council. It's impossible I would really love to, but it's impossible to present all of the policy to you. So I'm just going to briefly introduce our 7 strategic goals, which are maybe together with our vision for a high-quality Baukultur for Switzerland, the heart of the policy, and give you some examples how we think that we could reach them. So the first one is societies engaged in the quality of the built environment. Here we are aiming to engage really with the wide public, not only with experts, but we want to improve mediation, education on Baukultur and on the built environment in general. The second one is normative bases are aimed at a high quality of the living space. This is more formal probably. It's more about laws, norms, standards that are that want to improve the living environment. We saw that maybe sometimes we have some laws in Switzerland that are doing more the opposite, and we would like to correct that. And the third one is really about the construction, that the construction project and also the planning achieve a high quality, always adequate to its place and its purpose. Here we are thinking about minimum standards, but also about financial aid, support for really good projects. The fourth one is going hand in hand with that. It's about the experts or the professionals who need to have competences in Baukultur. This one is very much about capacity building for experts, but also for decision takers in general who are not necessarily experts. And it's also a lot about interdisciplinarity, to engage in interdisciplinarity as much as possible. The fifth one is about research. We feel, I already mentioned that, we feel that we don't know enough. We need to have new insights. And the last two are very focused on the Swiss Confederation. It's that we want to set an example with everything that we are doing, and that we want to promote networking and cooperation. I already told you this is just like a visual support of what I was saying. We have in total 41 measures for each, like some are for all of the 15 offices who worked on the policy, some are just for certain. And with all of them we hope to reach our goals. And we didn't officially started on implementing them. We will first need to get our policy approved. So from 2020 on, we will start actively implementing our measures. And just to summarize, because this is a lot about informal tools, the informal tools that we want to promote with the policy on Baukultur would be mostly education and mediation. We really feel that not everyone knows how she or he could design the living environment or engage with the living environment. We want to enable the wide public to really engage in the discourse, and we also focus especially on children, because we feel that it's always a nice story, and it's great to create an interest early on, so then later on they could be very great decision takers. And this is going to the same direction, but it's more about the professionals we need, or the experts, like the architects, the urban planners, but also the decision takers who are responsible for a small community maybe. Capacity building, always with a focus on interdisciplinarity. And the last one, cooperation and networking with the public, with the private, with all fields, with professionals and societies, so with everyone. Thank you very much.